Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Happy Visas, the free immigration advice giver. That's what I like to call myself. I will happily answer all your questions if you've got any. Hopefully you'll throw some business my way, but if I know the answer, I will give everybody 15 minutes of free advice. Now, normally what happens, I can answer the questions immediately and you only take 1 or 2 minutes. But if you want the full 15 minutes, you want to do it yourself, you want to apply for the visa yourself, don't be shy to ask me questions. I'll happily answer them because occasionally I do pick up some good clients. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. So anyway, these are the most popular questions I get asked. I'm going to put them in order of importance, except for the first question. The first question is, why do I do it? Why do I give free advice? Simple reason is I get some lazy people think it's a big headache, big problem, and get me to do the work for them. And because I'm not based in the UK, I'm based a lot of the time in Russia, sometimes in Thailand, sometimes in Philippines, in Asia. I don't pay the insurance bonding. I don't pay my license fees. I don't charge value added tax. So I can kill the competition with my good, favorable prices. So that's why I do the videos for free. I pick up the occasional client, and hopefully one day I'll be able to monetize my videos in the future if I become popular. That's the first question. The second most question is, should I mention friends or family? I'm always asked that question. And a lot of people see on the internet, never mention your girlfriend, never mention your boyfriend. The visa will be refused. Now, if you apply for an American visa, probably that's fair game, fair point, but not for the British visa. Show how you've met, show the relationships, show photographs together, show travel visas together. Let's say they're from the Philippines, show the stamp in your passport that you visited them in the Philippines. Show the relationship. The entry clearance officers like it. It's not a negative. So, don't make that mistake, because if you keep going to England, eventually you're going to be stopped at the Heathrow airport by immigration control, and they're going to ask you why they need to keep coming. So that is, and you've got a perfect answer: visiting my boyfriend, visiting my girlfriend. Logical. Welcome to England, sir, and or madam, and that's it. Second most popular question I get asked is about how long does the visa take. It's a seasonal factor. Obviously, if you're traveling in June, July, August, you're going to apply a couple of months before. You're going to be starting to apply April, May, and these are the busy periods. So, if you're traveling in summer, apply 90 days before. You can't apply before then. You can't apply 110 days before, you're not allowed. So apply as early as possible. Some countries have fast track. And this is another popular question: why is it so expensive? It's a rip-off, a total rip-off. Some of my clients have paid me kopecks, peanuts, shekels, whatever you want to call it, paid me nothing, and then they go and spend £220, probably 240 now, pounds fast track. Then they go for VIP. Then they get SMS messages. Then they get the passport returned, delivered to their homes. And if you're a family of four, wow, you're almost at about £3,000, almost at $3,500. So why is it so expensive? Because you're prepared to pay it. I think it's a rip-off. I really do. So yeah. Another question is, can I explain how you upload the documents? I've done a video on it, but basically this is the process. I just normally Google UK General Visit Visa. It comes up as number one, official site. Click on it, start the application form, pay, and then it will take you to another website where you upload your documents. You press your location where you're living. Often I'm picking Moscow, sometimes Manila, sometimes Bangkok. Click on them. And remember, by the way, they have satellite offices. So in these satellite offices, you will pay more. So if you don't want to travel to Bangkok and you want to travel to a satellite office in Thailand, they'll probably charge you about 60, £70 extra. But if you go to Bangkok, there's no extra fees. So you pay you pay the embassy fee. That will take you then to another website where you decide which location you want to apply in your home country, and then you've got a choice: self-service, which is free, or assisted service, which you pay for. I always advise my clients, upload it yourself. Sometimes in these visa centers, they're very lazy. They don't upload all the documents. They think, oh, that's not needed. They become immigration advisors, and they're not allowed to do it. But I've seen it in the past where people took a lot of documents and they just didn't upload them. They don't really care. Admittedly, it doesn't often happen, and it's probably been stopped. But it has happened in the past. So I always say to my clients, save yourself a couple of thousand rubles or shekels or a few million Zimbabwean dollars. You know, upload the documents yourself. You're going to save 60, about £50 you're going to save. And it's simple. Just click upload. Make sure the documents are not bigger than 5 megabytes. They say 6 megabytes, but when I try to do 5.6 megabytes, 5.7 megabytes, they don't upload. That's the problem. So yeah, that's another question I get asked. At what stage and how do you upload? So application form, pay, takes you to a new website, simple application form again, and then you click self-service, assisted service, you book your appointment, and then you upload your documents. Another thing I would say in Dubai, another rip-off, they make you take these extra services where they can charge you extra. So, sometimes you might have to take the VIP room, you might have to take some services. And also remember as well, some countries you apply through TLS Contact, in some countries you apply through VFS Global. Just letting you know that. So another popular question I get asked is, what do you tell them, or what type of questions will I be asked when I arrive at Heathrow Airport or Gatwick Airport? What is the procedure? Very simple. You go through passport control. Normally, it's minimal questions. If it's your first time, they're not really interested. You've got the visa. The Home Office has done the due diligence on you. Normally, it's quick and simple. Have your hotel booking or your invitation letter ready. Try to have a credit card because you don't want to be sent back. If you don't have a credit card, make sure you got a couple of $1,000 in cash. And but where does the problem arise? If you keep going to the UK, eventually they're going to say, "How many times can you go on holiday here, sir? Why do you keep coming to the UK?" And you remember when I said, if you don't mention your friends or family, it's very hard to justify keep visiting Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle and things like that. So, yeah, that is another question that you'll get asked quite a lot. So be very, very careful on that. What is another popular question? I want to find a job. I'm looking for a job in England. Can you find me a job? Very difficult. You've got to find a company that is a highly trusted sponsor. In other words, the Home Office has visited their office, see that they've got 30, 40, 50 staff working for them, see that they pay all the taxes, check why they would need to invite overseas workers. So they do a lot of due diligence. There is a list on the Home Office website, and you can just go through that list and send them all your CV. The highly trusted sponsors. Bear in mind, it's a little bit difficult to break it down to see what they do. So go for the most famous ones. because there's thousands of companies there that are highly trusted sponsors. So, but once you get that job, they just issue or generate you a CAS, and you put that on your application form. And as long as you meet the financial requirements, as long as you've got no adverse immigration history, the visa's normally approved instantly. It's very, very quick process. The reason for that, the Home Office is putting the blame or the onus on the employer to check you, not their job. And that's why they have to become a highly trusted sponsor. And the same with student visas as well. They issue you a COS, certificate of acceptance. So it tells why they've give you a place at the university. It explains that you've met the qualifications, you've done all of that. So that's the student visa route. Bear in mind, you have to show that you've paid the tuition fees for about a year, or you've got the funds on the bank account and they've always been there, never fell below the amount of your tuition fees for 28 days. Plus, you need, your maintenance, survival, pay for the rent, which is about, you're going to need to show, depending if you're in London or outside of London, you're going to need to show about 10 to 12 and a half, 13,000 pounds on your bank account again for 28 days. Some countries you're going to need a TB test, some not. So yeah, that's what you've got to do there. Now, another popular question, I want to bring my partner on a fiancé visa. Well, yeah, you have to show that you've known each other, photographs. You have to, they want to see if it's a fiancé visa and you don't have that marriage certificate. They want to see that you've met and you've been on holiday together and it's a genuine relationship. So write down the history of the relationship, show photographs, and then photographs must have the pictures of you both together. Obviously, if the family's there, if the families have met, pictures of the family, the names, the dates, the locations on the front of the photograph, because remember, they are going to be scanned and uploaded. So they need to be on the front of the photograph, not on the back. So prove that you've met, show hotel bookings, flight bookings. A lot less if you're married and you want to apply for the spouse visa. In other words, that was a fiancé visa. And also don't mistake it for a marriage visitor visa. A marriage visitor visa allows you to go there, get married, and you must return. A fiancé visa allows you to get married and stay and switch into the spouse visa. So if you want to apply, if you're already married and you want to apply for the spouse visa, then it depends on the sponsor. Is he employed? Is he self-employed? Is he a director of a specified limited company? Is he going to sponsor you based on savings? But let's presume he's going to sponsor you on his employment. Again, you must show that you've met the marriage certificate. If it's not in English, it must be translated. You need to show, from him, suitable accommodation, 6 months bank statement, 6 months employment letters, 6 months pay slips, employment letter, P60 if it's available. That's what they want to see. So now the problem arises is you want to bring your kids, you want to bring some children. So in other words, the UK sponsor, the British citizen, is based in the UK, gets married to you and they're not his kids and they're not British, then you've got to meet a bigger financial. He's got to earn a lot more than £1,550 a month. He's got to earn about close to £2,500 a month gross. So it goes up in scales, about 3,000 for the first child and about 2,400, something like that for the second. I can't remember. Drop me a line if you need that. And it does change. But the problem that you have, they will not separate without his consent the father from the biological children. Often have it in Russia. Beautiful, attractive lady meets handsome guy in England, if there is any. Meets a handsome guy in England. and they want to get married. They get married. They want to take the kids, and the father objects in Russia. He says, "I don't want to lose my kids." So I always advise sit down with the ex-husband, um, get him to sign a notarized letter saying that he allows his children to live in the UK, to settle in the UK. Very important, otherwise the visa will be refused. They'll give the wife the visa, but they'll not give the kids. So, in other words, what will happen? Your wife will get the visa, but the two children or the child will be refused. So it's always good to be on good terms with your spouse. Guys, I've got a million questions. I'm going to do another video with some more of your questions. But if you like this video, please subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you.